See how humble you sound.
Hi guys.
We are so humble. After so long.
We're not the host, but we're the host. Happy to go live.
Okay, great. Here they are.
The real host, where are they?
Hi, Mama.
Hi,
Oh, let's get them in work. The real owners of the life.
Hello.
Pero, you
Oh,
have been delivered.
I'm telling you, I don't even know what happened though. Honestly, we were just looking for the five icon. All of a sudden, we didn't see it.
Wow.
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 We tried,
See.
I tried using my own device. I tried using my own device. It didn't go.
Oh God, you.
God. So what?
And this is the first
What
time.
shall we say these things?
First time we are observing something like this. So it has never happened like this before.
Interesting.
I'll let
I'm
my
telling
special.
you. I'm telling you. Actually, we'll use it to celebrate your anniversary.
Yes,
Abi
so.
o.
Yes, so. Yes, so. Yes, so.
How you guys doing now? Check out my turn of Lola.
I'll let me. You can
Ale, la
come.
turn of
Be on your way. Be on your way.
Ale,
We still have till
Ale,
midnight.
la turn of. How you guys doing now? No share.
Today we good.
We're fine. We're fine.
Nice.
We're happy to have been pulled out.
Yes, so.
These are our first live in a long time.
A long life. Time.
Yes, and we admire your
Good.
consistency of always going
Good.
live every month.
You are our mentors.
Thank you. Thank you.
It deserves all the accolades because they have been the person. Let me just
The
put it
forerunner.
that way.
Champion in life.
Everybody
Celebrate you, sir.
then they can invite me monthly. I'm like, oh, okay, that's true.
Good idea. Good idea.
I'm telling you, it's a lot. But we thank God. We thank God for the consistency. And we thank God for life being blessed too. That's very important.
Great,
Yes.
great.
Yeah.
And how you
How
guys
far?
doing?
Chen in talk. Yeah, we're good. We're good. How's Chen now?
Chen is fine. Oh.
Is somewhere.
You might jump in at any time. Chance.
He hasn't slept yet.
You are going to go and put this on there, Abi.
What do you say, sir?
Yes.
I say you are going to go and put it somewhere.
We can hear his voice, but you can't. We can't at the moment. He's still awake. How about our brother?
Yeah, he's sleeping. Oh, tomorrow is his birthday.
It's true. They're both October borns.
Yeah.
Tell
7
you.
days apart. Hey, turn up.
Turn
Although
up.
you can watch by here. It's your place we are coming to.
I'm telling you. In fact, funny enough, I have a program tomorrow morning itself. Yes, I have a program tomorrow. So I don't even have an idea of when we are going to finish.
Wow.
And then indeed the service in the
Wow.
so I don't know how that much. But God will shall take control. That's
Sure
what I
will. But will mommy be around with him? Or you're all going to church?
No. I'm the only. It's a men's program. Only men.
Men,
Only
oh.
only married
Men,
men.
yeah,
Not even
we share.
women.
Only
Only married.
Take our brother with you. He's a man too. I mean, what are
No,
the
married
requirements?
men. No, married men. Married.
Married man.
Emphasis.
Married.
Yeah.
Okay.
Emphasis on married.
Complicated. He can't go anymore with you.
I'm
This time I
telling
just
you.
had relax.
I'm telling you. Yeah. So I'll shall find time shall to make sure that we do
Get back
something.
in time. October 1
Just
period. That's so
do
special.
something and yeah.
Unnecessary. Unnecessary.
All right. So tonight we're talking about busting myths around marriage. Busting myths around marriage. And one of the reasons why we're doing this is because we observe people have different ideologies. Have different ideologies about marriage, have different ideologies that are not true. You know,
Mm.
not people to have about. And this is also going to be important for singles as well. Unfortunately, some
Sorry,
singles are not married. Right here.
I'm struggling to hear you a bit.
Just get the AirPods so
Oh,
that.
you're struggling to hear me. Eh.
Don't worry, we'll just switch to AirPods now so that it's better.
Oh, okay. But is there like a breezy? Are you feeling like breeze, or it's not just clear?
It just felt like it was breaking.
Okay, okay, okay. All right. Is it better?
Okay.
Can you
Yes,
hear
it's
me now?
better. How about for
Okay.
you?
Yeah.
Can you hear both of us?
Yeah, no, we can hear you very well. Can hear you
Ah,
very well.
okay.
Okay. Okay.
Fabulous.
Great.
So I was saying that we decided to do the topic busting myths around marriage, because of so many distorted ideologies,
Mm.
that people have about marriage. And this cuts across both singles and even married, There's some people that are married and still have wrong ideologies about marriage
About
itself.
marriage. Mm.
Exactly. And it's not making them enjoy it maximally. A lot of people have not even scratched the surface of what
Mm.
marriage would, really look like.
In fact,
You know.
apart from that,
Mm,
let's even say that I know you're enjoying,
mm.
just don't enjoy it on your own. But it now goes as far as spreading this negative mindset
False,
to body
yes.
ones,
Mm.
feeling unnecessary, maybe fear or
Consent, and
concerns or whatever
yeah,
it may
yeah,
be
yeah,
on
Very
innocent
true.
minds. So, because we counsel young couples, like newly wedded couples,
Words. Mm.
and you find out that most of the challenges they are facing, they've been pre what's that word?
Preconditioned.
Yes, preconditioned
Precondition, that's the word.
by other couples,
Mm.
other that been there that this thing or this thing. So that when they get to that bridge, instead of thinking of instead of thinking that okay, let's make this work, the first thing that comes to their mind is what they've said, what is what these people have said about this thing. So it makes it more difficult for them to not build too much castle around the problem.
Mm.
So very it's actually very important
Yeah,
to bust it.
yes. And is it?
Literally.
Yes, it's actually a very important conversation to have, honestly. A very important
Okay.
conversation to have. And the earlier we help these people, the better for everybody.
Mm.
Better
Exactly.
for everybody.
So true.
Because remember, these people with the wrong mindsets are actually the loudest. If
Right.
you
Mm.
Right.
Preach.
look at you now, look at you for instance now that have the good message. It's been a long time you went on live. Let's use that one as example. uh
Yeah.
You to say you've been going live like every week now. People will have been
I know. I know.
Yes. Yes.
That's why- yes. So that's why we must not get tired. You know,
Mm.
we must not get tired of letting them know what the ideals should look like.
Should be.
You know, yes, because whether memes or videos or podcast or movies or short plays
Mm.
different wrong ideologies are being
They're
peddled.
being sold.
Let's use
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
let's use homosexuality for instance. Let's just use that one for instance. You know, nobody will really come to you and say, "Oh, be homosexual," but they will just give you
Mm.
one
Subtly.
one movie.
Yeah.
They'll
One very, one very
exactly
amiable character that everybody will
exactly
love.
that
Yes.
we love exactly.
And it will
So
make
they
you
are
rethink.
changing their idea. Exactly. They will make you rethink. Okay, so let me put it this way. Let's say initially, before, when you see such things in movie, you'll be like, is either you fast forward it, or you are resistant against it. But after a while, it becomes normal in a way. When you don't see it, you now begin to just see it as a normal thing,
Yeah.
which is
You
what
can even start to make a
yeah,
case for
exactly.
They are not such bad
You can
people
even begin
now.
to make it. Exactly,
Yes.
exactly. So that's how they subtly begin to introduce those things to us. And if people for people who are gullible, they just enter into such traps.
Very true.
So so first of all, to you, what do you think are those myths? Maybe let's start from mentioning one myth that you know that you heard a lot, you know, and you think that it needs to be busted. What's one myth that you think that is a general myth that you probably have heard, consistently, and you think that is a wrong notion? And what's now the right thing? Yeah.
yeah, so we hear things like marriage completes you,
Mm.
right? Like once you get married, everything will come together.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Like
Marry complete,
you
right?
yes, like you're incomplete without
Mm.
marriage. So
Mm.
make marriage look like a goal that if you don't achieve, the same way like you go to school, you get your WAEC, you get your sorry, I say WAEC, you get your school, your secondary school living certificate,
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
then you get your
All right.
degree, your BSc, you get all your certificates. So it's almost like marriage is that thing you should add again. Once you add marriage,
they are now
they are
complete.
complete, especially for even for the ladies. It's almost like if you don't get married and you finish school,
Mm.
you're
What are you
saved.
waiting
What are you
for?
waiting for? So,
I
so
think it's you that is waiting. Like on your own, you just chose to wait.
exactly. So marriage is now like an achievement that completes you. So
Mm.
everybody is seeking to get married at all costs.
Like when you marry, you not be like, hey, now you have achieved. Like all the
Some
achievements have been achieving all these years.
Exactly. In fact, even just look around you. We're talking with one of us who was singles the other day, and someone was giving an example like when you want to rent an apartment,
Some people will say
the agents say
no single ladies.
no single lady allowed.
Yes. They will not say,
You know,
they will now say young.
Married,
This is how they need to put it. They will say
yes,
young
young,
Yoruba married.
yes, exactly.
They will say young
young.
Yoruba because recently we went on house search because we just moved.
Okay.
Yes. So we heard a lot of that. Young Yoruba speaking married couple, and if you're not working class, there
Working
has to be
class.
Yes.
working class. Then if you now have at least one child,
they know
they
you
will
are
now be settled.
responsible.
They will know that you are
Yes.
responsible.
So
You
you
are
are established.
responsible. Yes.
Yeah. In
Exactly.
fact, recently, I think that was some months back. I just stumbled on one Nigerian movie on YouTube. So while I was watching the movie, this exact thing was what they were showing in that movie. I can't remember the title of the movie now, but this same thing. So one a single guy and a single lady who were not in talking terms. They had known each other before. They were not in talking terms. So somehow they were looking for a house. Each of them was looking for a house. So as is it Providence we'll call it now, would have it. The two of them were now searching for the same house, and the
Okay.
condition for that particular house. So they were each of them was there at the same time. Do you get? So
Time.
the condition by the landlady was that there must be a couple, a married couple. Do you know what these people did? Can you imagine? Instead of
I
us to
can
be doing that.
imagine.
Okay, so the two of them, they had to settle their differences, if I may put it that way. Do you understand?
Okay.
Had to settle them for the sake of that house. So
House.
they now fronted as married couple. So they have to lie.
They
They
let's
have to
cuckoo
lie.
since that's the requirement.
Exactly. They have to lie. They have to go and forge documents. They have to go and snap pictures,
Wow.
marry people. I'm telling you, because of that. I'm telling
just to
you,
rent an apartment.
They
just
must
to
have
rent
really
an
loved that
apartment.
house. Oh.
I'm telling you. And at the end of the day, the funny part of it was at the end of the day, a few months down the line, I think
They
the
now
two
fell
of
in
them
love.
they now fell in love.
They
You know
now marry each
now
other.
they now
Ah!
marry.
Nollywood, Nollywood, don't do that. Those things don't happen in reality. Oh my
So
These are the
agents
issues.
are sponsoring cohabitation.
Do you understand? Because no, because you
Exactly.
can't even blame
So
people.
so
It's so
so
tough in a city
that's
like
what I'm saying.
Lagos. You now put all
That's
those
what I'm saying.
requirements. Abba.
Requirement. Do you understand? So now look at part of what we said. Look at that movie, for instance, portraying cohabitation or legal
Exactly.
marriage. And
Yes.
if you watch most movies now, those are the things that they are peddling.
Yes.
Do you understand? In fact, so it's like a norm in a sense now. It's like a norm. So if you see a guy and a girl, they are together before they finally get married. For some, they will not end up getting married and all that. And these are those part of those wrong ideologies that should be busted.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Another one,
Yes.
another one that I know that people talk about a lot is this: marriage is a scam.
Mm.
Yes. That one too is another thing that I know that a lot of people peddle around. Okay, you were saying something. You were saying something before we cut into that story.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, it's the
We're
part
just
about
yeah, we're
marriage
just saying
complete too.
that
Yes.
marriage
That
marriage
myth.
doesn't complete you like as an individual. You
Mm,
should
mm.
sort of like seek your wholeness. And I'm not saying that you would be 100% whole.
No, we're
In a
not saying
sense, you don't say
perfection.
perfection,
We're saying
right?
wholeness.
So
Yes.
It's different.
yeah, so going into marriage, but with a sense of clarity, sense of okay, this is who I am.
I am enough with a
Yes.
knowledge of I am enough. I don't need somebody like to be complete. I'm complete in Christ. I am enough, right? My life is beautiful. I'm just coming together to make an even more beautiful life. It's not like my life is fractured. That I'm now coming to be with someone so that my life will be beautiful. No, 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 no. My life is beautiful. We are coming together, two beautiful lives to create a more beautiful life, right? Yeah.
Exactly. And I
Absolutely.
mean,
Absolutely.
today, I mean, we are 6 years legally today, right? But I'm sure you two can also testify to this that even in marriage, both of you, like, you cannot over depend on the other party to get your
Yeah,
satisfaction or
absolutely.
your joy or your fulfillment. So if I'm sad, she could be one to sort of like make me happy. She could help, right? But I can't transfer that burden to
Of
my wife
happiness.
to be the one to make me happy every time. Same with her, so she can't because even me myself, I'm dealing with
Even
my
yourself,
own
you are
issues.
struggling to make yourself happy.
You
So
understand?
why would somebody else have to carry that burden?
Yes.
And it's literally just bust another myth that just says a marriage will make you happy or happily ever after. Like there was no joy before. Like finally, happiness. No.
Mm.
You will bring your happiness, I will bring my happiness. Together we'll create a happy home.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's all.
Listen,
That's
listen.
that.
Listen. In fact, that completing made us remember that the the singles meeting we went for, upper week.
Yes.
When we talked about that completeness
Yes.
too.
I
You
listened to
know,
the recording. Yes.
you
Yes.
listen to the recording.
Yes. Coach O gave us our own version. Coach O was saying
Oh my
something like,
God. Oh my God.
yeah, complete. Yeah,
Complete
married
in
and not
marriage.
complete.
Or something like that.
Yes.
Now that I'm
Exactly.
married, I complete
Yes, I
something
am
like
now.
that.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
And then she
yes,
now
yes.
expanded the scripture to us on how,
Explain.
yes,
Yeah,
how we are
yeah.
now complete in
In
Christ.
Christ. Yes, I am
Complete in
complete in
fact.
Completion
Christ.
in
Watch that part.
Christ.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
that was so
So,
beautiful.
so even
Coach O.
yeah. Ah, Mama niye, Mama niye.
Mamani, Salome.
Don't let him whine me this night.
Oh my God. And that's another thing people need to really know, that you are complete.
Yes.
Marriage is only a phase. I mean, like it's like you are moving from one phase of life to another
To
phase of life.
another.
Yes, it's like after primary school, you can only go to the university if you have attended a primary school. That's how marriage is. You can only be married if you have been single before. Exactly. So enjoy that moment so that then when
Yes.
you finally get married, you will not now begin to blame yourself that how I wish,
Ah,
how I
Timbamo.
wish. Timbamo.
Yes.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Exactly.
Very
So
true.
now,
Very true.
one of the questions I would also like to ask again is that does marriage really end freedom? So some
Mm.
people think that when I was single I was free, but now I'm married, or when I'm going to get married now, am I sure I'm going to be free? So does marriage really end freedom, or what happens to your freedom when you get married? Does anything change? Is there
Mm.
is there does marriage take away your freedom from you? What happens?
Okay.
Okay.
Mm,
I mean, that's a very good one. And as you were just asking that question, I remembered how I used to think about marriage. Because I feel like this is a myth that I personally had. And for me, it was freedom in the context of career pursuits. Like I felt like I needed to. I remember initially when I was talking about marriage, I was saying things like, "Wait, let me first get my PhD.
mm,
Let me first." Like I had these things. I thought I have to do these things first, so that hey, when I get married, nobody's going to, get in my way of chasing these things. Because some of my I just thought about marriage like it might maybe more like it might slow me down. Allow me to talk about that from personal experience. But I know that one thing that helped me come out of that is I found myself in a new church community where there were many young people that were married. Like it was
wow.
so, I had never seen so many young people. Like, I don't understand. Are you already married 8 years? Did you marry when you were 10? Like, they were all just so young and so happy. I could not relate. It just took being in that space for a while. Nobody even had to sit me down to say, oh, it's not like that. For me to realize that I'm so wrong, right? Look
Mm,
at all these people. Some of them were even already young moms, but they were
mm,
driven. They were going about their lives. They were unhindered. Before long, I was the one asking Ogada, oh yeah, have fun now. When are we
oh yeah
marrying?
now. Oh
When
yeah
you
now.
started,
Next
take
week.
go go.
All of a sudden, it was even like, the earlier the better now. Like, let's start this journey. Like, because I'd seen, all these positive examples, right? And so bringing that even to the context of freedom, what one thing that is so important is that when we think about freedom without boundaries would end up causing chaos. I know that. I mean, think about a football match, for example. If we just say, let's just play, forget referee, I beg, let's just play.
Yeah.
It won't be long before we start fighting each other across the team. But referees come, they bring rules, they bring
Mm,
restrictions, but that brings order. At the end of the day,
order.
it's good for all of us. So yes, freedom is not a life without constraint. Freedom is actually that nothing has a hold over you to the point that it's you are bound to it, right? And that's really what coming to Christ does for us. It frees us. It frees us, right? So in that context of being single and being married, one thing I'll say is that people who found themselves maybe living a very unrestricted life as singles, they could do any and everything at any time. As you think about marriage or design marriage, you must realize that marriage would demand accountability. If you already grew up in a home, for example, where there were already rules, you must come back at this time. When you come into marriage and those kind of boundaries are being set, you probably already have context. You are ready to accommodate that. But if you're coming from maybe you've been a mature single for a long time, and by the way, it's not only parents that can bring that kind of accountability. It could be your HOD in church, it could be your pastor, it could be those adons, your older ones, or even adons that are not directly related. I just feel a sense of accountability to them and that guards you. It's that same accountability that happens in marriage, right? You feel a sense of accountability to your partner and that guards you. It's not different. It's not like the game just coordinated and there's this kind of new type of restriction that happens in marriage. It's that same sense of accountability, right? So if you must realize in summary that an unrestricted life or an unguarded life will eventually harm you, right? Freedom is not the absence of rules, right? Because rules just come to bring order so that we can actually be free, right, without harming one another. Yeah. I think I'll
Yeah, I would just need to already always say to working couples that this is your time, this is like your rehearsal. Like you you have to start
to practice
practice
accountability.
accountability
Yes.
a whole lot because now you are responsible or you're not more responsible. So someone is involved in your life now. I need to know where you are part time. I need to not as per monitoring spirit or I just want to know
Yeah.
just out of care,
Accountability.
concern that
Yes.
you are fine where you are.
Accountability, honestly.
Exactly. So you have people say, I don't know why she's calling me now. Why is she trying to check up on me? It's okay to
Can't
be
I live
checked
my
on.
life? Yes, it's okay.
Okay.
It's part of the package.
Check on you.
You should be
You should be worried. You don't check on you. You may cast off restraint. You may go. I mean, in a different direction, right? So let people check on you. Let people know that hey, if you don't see me at home by 10 p.m. Please it may be that something has happened though. I mean, you should have those checkpoints in your life, and it fosters growth. Then you can in that environment of where you have boundaries, you can plan your life. You can have. I mean, I'm reading of a story of a particular footballer. Many years, okay, not many years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. He came out publicly and he talked about mental health issues. And one of the things he alluded to was that his mom, when he was growing up, his mom never gave him boundaries. He could go out at any point in time. He could go out at any point. He could party all night, and instead that freedom has hindered his growth now as an adult. That he wished his mom set boundaries for him. That sleep at this time, wake up at this time, go to school at this time. That not having boundaries has ruined his professional life today.
Yeah.
So
football is
football, you
routines. You have to be disciplined.
Yeah.
Mama is struggling with that. Yeah.
Exactly. So freedom exists best in where there's boundaries.
Yeah.
Where there are
And
rules.
the undertones of freedom is love. Once love is the undertone of those boundaries, it actually delivers true freedom.
Wow. I love this perspective, honestly. And the earlier people realize that what they call freedom may not really be the true definition of freedom.
Yes.
Do you understand? Yeah. That there's a better kind of freedom where there is accountability, which is one of the things that marriage affords you, you know.
Yeah.
Because for instance now, yesterday for instance, I was already getting late, you know, coming back. I think around it was already late, everywhere was already dark, maybe around to 8 or there, but my wife was already calling me that Alpha, they've not seen me or that where am I? This one, that one, this, that. That's a good kind of accountability.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
It's not like
Do you
you're saying,
understand?
why is she calling me? Why is she calling me?
Ex-
You feel
Exactly.
love that she's checking on you. If she does not call you,
Yeah.
you'll be worried.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. And funny enough, so I said I'd gotten to a particular place 30 minutes after I was still not home. So because between that place and getting home, one would have expected that I'd gotten home. You understand? So 30 minutes after when she didn't see me, she called again that Alpha, are you still at that
Alpha.
place? I said, hey. I said, traffic was much there. That in fact I was stuck in traffic and all that. But I'm very, very close by. At that time, I think I was at the filling station, yes, refueling, something like that. So I shall told her that I will be that I'm very close by, something like that. You get. So that's a good kind of accountability. It still
Yeah.
does not. It doesn't refrain me from being free. I don't feel
Yes.
bound. I
Yes.
don't feel confined. Do you understand? Especially if you are married to somebody who you people align together. Not somebody who is going to be a thorn in your flesh.
In your
That
flesh.
seeing the person's fall is already giving you palpitation.
Palpitation.
Exactly. So you have to do yourself a whole lot of good by marrying somebody whose accountability would make sense to you
And it's driven by love. Yes.
and it's driven by love. Because we understand too, there are some extremes of that kind of
Yes.
thing. You say, what do they since? That is only shout. Is more like
Yeah.
monitoring, not
Yeah.
really that
Not
I'm looking out
accountability.
for this person. from a place of
Yes, it's
love.
not love. Yes, it's not love.
Exactly.
Love driven,
From a place
inspired.
of
Yeah.
maturity, or just want to cage the person. Because we heard a lot of stories. We heard of a lot of stories of women that got married to some kind of men, and the man will tell them that, oh, you say you are going to this place. I give you 1 hour, you must come back, even if it's
Come back.
market.
Yes.
You
Yes.
understand? Exactly. So maybe for people who think of freedom in that light, maybe are looking at such example. But the question is, how
Examples
did you get yourself? How did you get yourself to
into
in
that
that kind
kind
of
of
situation?
situation.
You
Exactly.
see better man for grand. You know marry better man. They find who he must be a billionaire. This. And
And
we've had a
initially,
lot of
yeah, sorry to cut
um,
into, and initially, it may feel like those, some people see those things during the courtship phase, but they think he's just, he's just a
he's just
jealous
caring.
person. He's just real over caring. If you don't understand, it's just like, and I think that that's why as singles, it's just so important to know God and know His ways. God, Christ, and everything in Christianity models true accountability to us. God has given us the freedom of choices. You will choose you this day who you will serve. The choices rest with you. But there are rules and there are guidelines. And the more you study God, the more you know that actually every rule, every thou shall not or do not or do is actually for your own good. As you
Yeah.
learn about God, you understand that every guideline, every rule is not a restriction, it's actually for my true freedom. I'm being told no premarital sex so that I am not bound. It's actually for my freedom. So I'm not bound to someone, when I ought
So
not to be, that kind of thing.
yeah,
So every rule is actually love driven. It brings us to accountability with the Holy Spirit, but it is coming from love. That should be the example of what accountability should look like between you and someone you want to marry.
I love it. I love it. This is absolutely beautiful. Over to you.
Oh, but anything I'm on live like that, I just want to learn as much as I can.
I've been waiting to hear your voice, Mama. Yeah, Mama.
Oh,
Okay, so when we're discussing this evening, we're talking about love, and the role of love, that can love sustain marriage, or is there something
Mm.
else that would sustain the marriage on the long run? I made a video like 2 weeks ago that had not made it to the internet. I've just been in my phone, and I was talking about love of Christ, and how if we can love half of the love of
Mm.
Christ, there are some there are some things you don't even need. There are some skills gone that you don't even need. There are so many things
Mm.
that you don't even think about. So something happened, and the person hurt me so much. I was not the direct beneficiary of the hurt, but by extension,
That sounds so
you need you.
interesting.
yes,
Direct beneficiary.
yes. And the way the thing was so strong in my mind or in my heart, I was now feeling for the direct beneficiary of that
Alright.
hurt. And in a way, I didn't even want to associate myself with this person, because I was still angry. And
Mm.
then I think that was the penultimate season when uh, just us girls, yes, the penultimate season,
Okay.
that
Okay.
Mona was fucking somebody, and then the guy was like, "But this is how Christ loved you." When he was saying I was a fool for asking myself for, and all of those things.
Yes.
And I just remember that before we even met Christ, before we even knew what
Love
Christ
that.
was, yeah, people died. And by the time
Mm.
we say, "Okay, I'm coming into this fold," it says welcome. And it doesn't can't even remember what happened yesterday. Nor will it even remind
Mm.
you. Like you're on a
Mm.
clean slate. How am I going to be married to somebody and this person does something to me? And tomorrow I behave like he didn't do it. Like
It never
we've
happened.
moved on. Is hard.
Choice.
Very hard. But if we can love half of how Christ is loving us,
which is the prescription he even gave us in the first place.
Yes. If you can love
Yeah.
just half
Exactly.
or a maybe a percentage, whatever it is. Because you know that Ephesians was saying, I think Ephesians 3, it was praying that if you can understand the length and the
The
breadth and the
heights,
depth
Yeah.
yes.
of God's love, if you can just understand, like we can experience some of those things. There are some things that would not even need to be discussing. Like this freedom now, for example. You
Mm.
understand real love. In real love is those things you already explained, the boundaries. You understand that real love, even though God has given us everything, we can't do anything just like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
You understand real love, we would understand ourselves too first, because before you can really think of you losing your freedom because you are married to somebody, you need to really have an identity of yourself too.
Mm.
You already had an identity of yourself to a certain extent that you wanted to do some things and you didn't want to not do those things on the altar of
Of the
love,
marriage.
of
Yeah.
marriage,
Mm.
yes, because you knew where you were going. Many
Yeah.
people don't even know anything about themselves. That's why they join themselves with anybody.
Mm.
Once this person provides one or two things, they're
That they
like,
desire.
this is the man or this is
Mm.
the woman. You know, when we counsel from people, I'm sorry, I'm a counselor, but I will still say this. In my mind, I just used to say that. How did you marry this person? What did
Mm.
you see in this person? Don't you even love yourself to start with?
Mm.
Because, like you said, the signs are always
Always
there.
there.
And if you think that I've spent time with this person, I've invested things in this person, let's just tell tomorrow is going to be more difficult to live. Next
Yeah.
week is going to be more difficult to live, and you
Yes.
will
The
get
longer
married.
you
When
stay.
you get married and you say
Absolutely.
I do, you know that
Ah. A
I
lot to
feel
be
something.
involved. Mm.
Yes. So.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah,
Mm.
so my own summary is that let's come back to that love. That love of Christ. It's hard.
Mm.
I'm not going to
Mm.
lie. It's hard. But when we can, if we can start walking in that line, that is the equation, quadratic equation. What you feel?
So good, so
So
true.
true.
That's good.
So true.
We subscribe to that as well. But I want to make a case, maybe just want to make a case for those people that we think. I mean, you saw the red flag, you saw the signs, but you know that not every one of us have attained some level of self-awareness. We're all on a journey, right?
Yeah.
You are shaped by your upbringing, you are shaped by your experiences, you are shaped by kind of
Environment.
emotion, environment, these things, you know. I mean, for someone, I mean, you see a single lady, you're wondering why is she getting married to this guy, despite the word of God she's hearing every Sunday. But there is something that's been entrenched
Uh-huh.
in her upbringing that if she's not able to attain awareness as to
Before.
why am I doing what I'm doing,
Mm.
and she's not able to read the patterns, she will find herself doing the same
Exact.
thing,
Repeating that cycle.
automated as an automation, as
Yeah.
in
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
without our permission,
It will just play
it
out.
just play out, right? So sometimes when we see people do those kind of things, we have to extend a hand of compassion
Passion.
Absolutely.
and grace, because I don't think people will see fire and put their hand willingly into fire.
Well,
Wait, chill. Because at the end of the day, when you,
maybe they didn't recognize it as fire.
yes,
It's you on the outside that can see that this is fire.
when you ask
But
people
because
that,
their lens is somewhat blurred by all the factors you
yes,
mentioned.
when you hear from them much later after they've gone through the challenge or the breakup, they will now later tell you that, oh, okay, and this person said this to me, but I ignored it. This person did this, but I mean, fluency. What was that in English?
So that confirms that indeed the signs are there, but not
Yes,
everyone is able to see the
because
signs
of their level
because of
of
how their lens
awareness.
is blurred by their own past experiences and what have you. And I guess it just reemphasizes a point you were also making at the meeting where you both spoke, where it's just so important when we say singles, like invest in yourself and all of that, like point to yourself, like what we're saying about identity. Some of those things take
Yes.
time. Like there are
Yeah.
people that literally need to look at where you're coming from and know that, I dare not rush into marriage. I need
Mm.
to take time to clean my lens
Yes,
before
Lens.
I
Yeah.
even say,
heavy
do you
baggages.
understand? Like, based on where I'm coming from, Momo Otojo Misiri, that song, Momo Otimi, you know that, based on where I'm coming from, I have to take time. So when others are, maybe jumping into marriage, you're not busy comparing yourself and saying, God, when? But you're conscious that where I'm coming from, the kind of lens I probably have based on where I'm coming from, I need to take my time to clean that lens so that when I look, I would actually see correctly. So yeah, I think it's just an invitation for all of us to make sure that we are aware and we are conscious and we're making positioning ourselves to make better choices. Yes.
See that last word, the choice. I'm still going to. I'm empathetic. Don't I'm empathetic. Like I understand, but
Yeah,
do
but
you
it
know
just
that
bothers you. It's painful.
this kind of meeting now, for example, even if you don't know this kind of meeting, it should be there.
Yeah,
But guess what?
exactly.
CBN. It is some of those people's stages. See, if you sorry, if you put option of knowledge
Yeah.
and you put option of frivolity,
Entertainment.
entertainment, and all of those things,
Entertainment. Hmm.
People will choose
they will
entertainment
still go for
over
this one.
knowledge.
If yes, we know that the industry is not yet saturated enough with educational things and things
It's saturated though,
that can wait now, that can change their lives as much as those other things.
for entertainment. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
But the things that can change their life, at least let's say 4 out of 10, you can see like per per batch of things that come to your
Your
pages.
feet.
Yes.
Yes, all of those things. It's still choice. You said
Hmm.
something. I know where I'm coming from, and
Hmm.
I don't rush into marriage
Hmm.
because you made a decision, you made a choice. Is that choice now that will now help you to see one or two things? Do you know that I just really feel like some people is just prayer
Hmm.
because just like you said, there are some people that will intentionally put their hands inside fire, and it's not like
They didn't know.
they didn't know.
I'll give you an example. Sorry,
But they are
just a case.
testing God.
Yes. So let me give you a case in point. I on Instagram just a few days ago, I saw one clip. I saw a short video clip. I think Eric Gwagwagwa, or what's that his name? Yes.
Yes.
We
Yes.
know who you
He
mean.
made a comment on it. I'm sorry, but shout out that is Eric. so so oh my god, why are you making me
Please go
laugh?
ahead, sir.
Okay. So he made a comment on one short video of one lady. The interviewer asked her that choosing between a Yahoo boy,
Mm-hmm,
you
mm-hmm.
know, like listen,
Yeah.
this lady emphatically, I mean, without minting words,
Hmm.
without being blindfolded,
Mm.
without being under pressure,
Hmm.
she by herself chose to go for a Yahoo boy.
Before she even chose to go for the Yahoo
Eh,
boy, she
eh,
had already defined them. She said
exactly.
a Yahoo boy is not husband material. While
Hmm.
what the other category, that
Uh,
one is husband
Osman
material.
Masira.
The guy now asked that if a Yahoo boy and this other person
She
ask you out, which person will you choose? She said Yahoo boy.
and she did not mince
Eh.
words.
Mm.
It's
Like
not.
she's
She got
choosing
there.
she's choosing boyfriend. She's not choosing husband.
Oh,
Yahoo boy
she's
is
choosing
sweet
boyfriend. She's
for
not.
boyfriend, but it's not
Do you?
sweet for husband.
Okay. Okay. So let me pick it from this place. Do you know that the kind of appetite that you
Hmm.
build
You're correct.
from a Yahoo boy
Yes, now.
cannot make you stay with.
Yes.
In fact, you will not even see it. This You
You can't even
cannot.
see. You can't see
You
good
cannot.
in someone who cannot offer you those things.
Yes, now you cannot. You cannot because
Yeah.
somebody like now boy will be saying and
They
they
give you
spend
iPhone, they do
yes
all of
on
those
a
things.
constant basis.
You're not
Even
ready
if
to
he's doing
settle down.
yes,
You know how to settle down with a 9 to 5 that is
9 to 5.
collecting 100K.
How
Money that is
now?
not up money
That
for you to
guy.
How?
That
How?
that guy will collect. He will collect loan, eh? Bro?
Exactly.
Loan
Yes. So how
to
now?
please her.
Okay. So honestly, at the end of the day, it boils down to choices.
Yeah.
We like it or not, we are the custodian of our choices. Like we
Mm.
are the determinant of our choices. See, there's something they used to say. They say before you become an adult, you can say that your predicament or what you're going through was as a result of where you are coming from, your
Coming
background.
from,
But
yes,
there's a
yes.
point, there's a
You
point you
get
get
to.
to in your life.
At
It's
this
not,
point,
it's not
it's
a matter of your
you.
background anymore. It's a matter
Yes.
of your choices,
Your
your
choices.
decision. If you make foolish decisions, you will make
You will be
foolish, you will get
accountable for
foolish
it.
results. Yes,
Yes.
you'll be accountable for it. Do you understand? So, as much as we would like to give excuses for some of these people, don't forget that some of them they know what they are doing.
Yeah.
Yes. They
Like
do.
they are intentional about their decisions. So it's
Yes.
not like it was a mistake per se. Do you understand? For some,
Yeah.
we understand, and for those who was a mistake for, let's be really honest. There are very few cases of such that it was.
Compared
If you
to.
look at it, compared to the ones that really took it. Do you know that a person can decide that he wants to kill, and there's nothing you will tell him.
Mm.
He has made that decision until he does that decision, until he carries out that
Acts
that
on.
that
Let's even give
he would
perspective.
not.
Look at this.
In fact, he might now do it and say, "Oh, when I do it, I'll go and ask for forgiveness."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at
Which
this.
is which is what some people do with marriage. They will say that
Exactly.
Yes.
I'll come, God will help me, God will help me, God will
You
what?
get me? You get me?
God wants to help you to
Get
build
to
wealth,
yeah from the
not to survive under an oppressive partner.
Exactly.
I was saying that look at this Charlie Kirk incident. He has always been talking to young minds, telling them, the right way to go, the things to do, and all of those things.
Yes.
One couldn't, they've not unraveled the case any which ways, but one couldn't have imagined that somebody that is probably hearing
That's
these
young.
things regularly now feels like you will, I will destroy you.
Coming for you. Hmm.
I
And
mean,
that was a choice too, like I mean it is what it
yes,
is.
of
It
yeah.
was a
course.
choice.
It was. It
It is
was
what it
because
is.
if you look at the comments, that people have been making concerning him and concerning some of the comments he had been making before that time, you will see that some people, some comments they are making actually is actually not true per se. Do you
Mm.
understand? For
Mm.
some, it might be correct. For some, it's just a propaganda, if I may put it
Yes.
that way.
Mm.
So honestly, at the end of the day, you look at it that just like the Bible had told us, He said, "There is life, there is death."
Mm.
The Bible
Exactly.
did not now end there. The Bible did not end there. The Bible said, "Choose life."
Mm.
But some people will not stick to life.
Do you understand? The Bible
Yes.
did not just say, I present to you life and death." The Bible did not just end it there. He said, "Choose life." He ended it with "choose life." So,
Yeah.
so there's a prescription, but a lot of people have decided not to follow the prescription. If as a pharmacist now I decide to give you drug, say, okay, use this anti-malaria for 3 days. Yes, I give you the
And
regimen.
you start
So
to
okay,
feel better after day two and you say no
exactly,
need.
exactly. In fact, some say after the second dose, they
Yeah.
say, I feel
I
better
feel
now. They
better.
go and
Yeah.
throw it away. 1 week later, they are now
They are back.
coming. Maybe the malaria. Yes, the
That drug
malaria
didn't work.
malaria
It
has
didn't work.
bone resistance.
Exactly.
Do
So
you
it didn't
understand?
work.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. They say it didn't work. In
It
fact,
didn't
by that
work.
time, yes, because and that's a lot of things that happen with even antimicrobial resistance generally now. So people they use antibiotics, use it for 7 days, they use it for just 2 days. They say, oh now they feel better. This one, that one. After a while of repetitive use, after a while, that same thing you were giving them before does not now work for them again.
Well,
We now begin
yes.
to now look for stronger
Stronger.
ones,
Mm.
which is what is happening to a lot of people too when it comes to relationships and marriage. Some of them, if they
Okay.
had listened, in fact, I like what you even said initially that, oh, somebody told me. And most of the times, they are usually people that God put into your life to actually tell you that, oh, are
Yes.
you sure about this? Are you sure
Yes.
about it?
God in
Do
His
you get?
mercies will
Yes. He never
often
leaves us
Yeah,
without.
never leaves us without.
exactly.
You literally
He
look
doesn't
back
leave us
and know
without
that that
a
was
choice.
my chance. That was my chance. That was my
Exactly,
chance.
exactly. Exactly. I've met a client before that. While we're having a discussion, the person is in her late 30s. She was now reminiscing. When I walked her through the process of how she got to where she is now, without being married yet, she now began to recap on the things that have happened, the kind of people that had come to her life before that time, how
Mm,
she by herself
mm,
ignored those people,
mm,
good guys. In fact,
mm,
reminiscing, she herself mentioned that, oh, this guy, and this guy was on my trail for like 4 years.
Mm.
mm,
She left
mm.
the
But
guy
some
until the
some
guy,
some
in fact,
biases not
Yeah, there
let
were
some,
her.
some
some
things,
biases,
something.
some biases. Do you now know the funniest part? She now realized that she was actually the one that had the baggage, not the guy.
Not the, yeah,
So it was the lens through which she was looking at the guy.
exactly. That
So
lens
the guy
matter.
was not the issue.
It was
Do you
her.
understand? Which is why we tell people that, see, sometimes, apart from even um, definitely the scripture gives us light. Also, you need people in your life who
Right.
are not emotionally entangled to that person
Right.
that yes, that is in your face. Somebody else that you can now, the person can now guide you and give you light that, oh, why not do it like this? Why not do it like this? But
Yes,
how many people
yes,
listen at the end of the day?
yes.
How many people
Yes.
listen? Now, some people, in fact, let me now shock you. Some people who come for counseling,
You give them
you
good
will give them
counseling,
counsel.
you become the
Counsel that
enemy.
they themselves, yes, they themselves were even the ones that, said,
Ever
oh,
ask
this is
for.
what I should have done. Yes, this is what I should do. This is what I should have done. And we all agree together, oh, that's okay. This is it. They will now leave counseling and still go and do what is in
The
their
exact
mind.
opposite. Yes.
The
Yes.
exact opposite. See what I'm saying? So,
Yes.
so
So
in fact, human beings are interesting, honestly.
Yeah.
Human
I
beings are
think
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
this thing, what you just shared now, it reminds me of the scripture where Paul was saying that the things I know to do, I do not do. I know
Mm,
to not do.
I
That
do
there's,
not.
yes,
There's a
Mm,
it
law at work
happens.
in my
Yeah, there's a
members.
lot. Exactly. That law at
mm,
work. And that's
yeah.
why, as we were sharing, I just realized that, what we're just saying now about the fact that even as the word of God is giving you light, you also need people in your life that can give you light.
Yeah.
It just breaks my
Yeah.
mind that it's actually just so important from the choice of where you work, friends you have.
Mm,
Thank you, Lawrence.
There are
yeah.
some things that people can begin to help you, point
Mm.
your attention to. But if in a world of digital media where people can actually have 1,000 followers but not actually have two
Friends.
reliable friends
I'm
that
telling
can tell
you.
them the truth, that
Hi.
means that a lot of people will be discovering things that they should have discovered while single when they are married. If you are not putting yourself in situations where people can, where you are in a department where a HOD can point your attention to see this
Mm,
thing, watch
mm,
it.
Yeah.
Where, actually party, because when we say be a part of community, when the Bible says don't forsake the assembly of the brethren, it's not just because we want you to come and be a worker in church so that you can
Yeah.
do the work of
yes.
God. And no, it's also for
Yes.
your own growth. So you
For
can have moments
growth.
of discipline, moments of correction. Certain things can be, we can
Yeah.
scrape it out.
You
We
can sandpaper
can sandpaper, exactly.
your bad behavior.
Friends can tell you, no, see, this conflict, the way you keep malice is not good. If something's bothering you, talk about it. You can fix that before you enter marriage. Otherwise, you
That
carry
man.
that behavior. Things that could have been smoothing out in other relationships, you didn't participate. You were on
Exactly.
your phone, pressing phone.
That's it. you know. In fact, in fact, this conversation is actually a very long and deep conversation.
It is.
Honestly, it's a very long, yes, a very long and deep conversation, and that's why even the Bible tells us, "He say, I will give you pastors after my own heart."
Mm.
God has given you pastors, and those pastors are not just only, even your HOD, your head of department, is also a pastor over you.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
understand? Yes. God is overseeing you, overseeing your spiritual walk and things like
Yes.
that. You understand? Not necessarily your lead pastor or your senior pastor.
Yeah.
Eh,
Absolutely.
yes, your if you have a house fellowship, your house
Exactly.
fellowship head. You
Leader.
understand?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. The leader there, so that's it. Learn to have people who have your interest at heart.
At heart.
You
Yes.
understand? Yes. And
Yes.
another thing I like to say is that if for whatever reason, maybe because of the kind of traumas that you have, and I say traumas, you understand, that you have gone through in your life, you find it hard to trust people. If for any reason you find it hard to trust people, you should, by the help of the Holy Spirit, still look for people, and that should be done prayerfully, that
Yes.
you would be willing to submit to. No
Yeah.
matter how difficult it is for you to trust people, you should still have
Yeah.
people that you trust.
Yeah. Because you
And
have
it
to
is
have,
going, it
Yeah.
is
because
going to help.
again, if you don't even
Yes,
fix that trust issue, he will carry it into
yes,
marriage.
you will carry
It
it into
has to still be
marriage.
fixed. Yes. You see, it has to
Yes,
still be fixed. Yes.
to be
It has to
fixed.
be
Yeah.
fixed.
So,
And because
so
someone
that's what I'm
hurts
saying.
you
That yeah.
doesn't mean you
In
can still go ahead to
fact, do
still
you know that
trust
some
them.
people? Yes. Do you know that some people, even till now, they don't even trust their own pastor. Their own
Yeah.
pastor that prays for them. They don't trust the pastor. They don't. And you are going to that church. Why are you still there?
That's the real question.
Yes.
Maybe it's sentiment. Maybe people need to be adults and actually take
That,
decisive decisions. Because
you
yeah, people have
get.
gone through things and all of that, but you must allow the Holy Spirit do that healing work and guide you, because our trust is at the embroidery, trust is at the helm of
Yeah.
affairs.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
I think Coach O started with that question about is love enough?
Enough. That,
So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
that was the
Yeah,
question
yeah,
she wanted to,
yeah.
ask
Yes, yes.
before we went
Ask
on
him.
this
On a
Yes,
journey.
yes.
on this journey, right? And then when people ask that question, is love enough to sustain the
Hmm.
relationship or the marriage,
Marriage, yeah.
right? She just said trust. And when people ask that question, they ask it from the angle of, is romantic
Love.
love
Yes.
enough to sustain
Like
the
I like
relationship?
you, I can't do without you. I
Because
can't sleep until I see you. That kind of butterfly love.
exactly. Because
They
if you were
play.
love in its
They
The
play.
butterflies, after a while, they pack their load and
Oh,
fly away.
I tell you that.
Love is love.
In fact, I think it was Gary Chapman that said that in his book, things you should know, things I wish I knew
Things
before I
I
got
wish I
married.
knew before we got
I got
married.
married. I think he said within 6 months to maximum 2 years,
2 years.
that the
Yes.
butterflies
Still
will
there.
fly
Fly
away,
away.
and love will now become a choice and a
Choice.
decision
Yes.
Yes.
that you would have to make every
Every
day.
day.
You will no
Yes.
longer be powered by how I
How I
feel,
feel.
right? So when you said something about trust as an
It
ingredient,
just
it
reminded
just
you
reminded
about
me
the
that,
things that
yeah, that
it take that are
beyond
required.
romantic love, you need trust, to
Yeah.
make that
Yeah.
relationship work.
Yeah.
You can't be putting tracker on me every day to know where am I, what am I doing, checking my phone or checking my phone password, sign up. I mean,
So are you saying that we should not have the passwords of the men?
no, I'm
No.
not saying you shouldn't. In fact, you should. Your spouse or your partner.
It's
Well,
our phone.
let me say this carefully, because you should know the person you are with. So if you are
It
dating
boils down
someone,
to marrying right.
if I'm dating someone that cannot handle certain things, for example, now, if the person knows I have 20 million or 50 million, the person can start to tell me now that
And the person is the kind of person
Yes,
that will start to
that's
say,
you must buy
start
Brazilian hair
bringing
for
up
me
needs that never existed. Because some people are like that.
In that kind of dating relationship, you have to gradually you have to earn the trust. The person has to earn your trust. You can't just say because
Yeah,
coach.
I feel like the person needs to live your life. You need to earn your trust.
You're being too brutal. If the Bible says we should give the unproductive tree 3 years.
Sorry.
Cut it off.
Give 3 years, my brother.
Okay.
Cut it off.
You go wait for 3 years, Abby. All right. So people don't know what you go do another 3 years, and that's why you see some people, they turn to serial datas. They dated like 5 different persons. 3 years, 15 years.
No, 3 years is
Okay.
figurative.
When you are not Jacob.
3 years is figurative. But hey, point being, managing. Okay.
Sorry, let's continue your point about progressive trust.
Progressive trust. Yes. But on a fair playing level, right? You should have access to each other's passwords and emails. I know I did it for my wife, I did it from me. I think that's how you even stay accountable, so that nobody can send you any SMS that is or WhatsApp message that is, it's questionable. From trust, let's also steal some other things
That are required.
Things like sacrifice. I'm sure you know by now that without making sacrifice, you will still not be together up to this very point. Right? Somebody, and that even links me to another myth that people think that marriage you have to bring 50-50 to the table. There are times you bring 80, I bring 20.
Yeah.
There are times you bring 10, I bring 90. Like it can't always be balanced, equal, right? Because there are seasons when, for example, I'm on leave. I can't expect that Mrs. Show will be the one to sort of like give more time to taking care of our son. I'm on leave. I should put more time in that season, right? In that moment, towards taking care of our son. I won't say, because she's been the one doing most of it. So I'm on leave now. Let me just
raise my leg.
I
will push that leg in.
I'm rolling on the bed. No. Right? So in a nutshell, we've said we've debunked 2 myths now that love is not enough.
Romantic love.
Romantic love is not enough. Things like trust, sacrifice, commitment, have to come into play for that marriage or relationship to be successful.
Yes.
Also said that marriage is not 50-50.
Yes.
So it's not okay, bring 10 naira, I bring 20, I bring 10 naira. So imagine everything you guys own. You bought it equally. It has to be that
we'll wait until your own 50% is
complete. Wait until your money is complete.
Complete before we do it.
Yeah.
That would be chaos.
Yeah. And by 50-50, it's not even just about money.
Yeah.
It's also emotions. It's just like this evening when Mr. Show came. He took one look at me and knew that, girl, you don't shele. And really, I was not in a great place emotionally. His ability to pick that quickly. Now, on a normal day, coming back from work, he's probably tired. I've been working from home. Maybe I should be the one waiting with a bright smile. He has done pickup of chain. He's coming from Lagos traffic. But me that worked at home, it turns out that today I was probably maybe more stressed or just in that moment, not in that place emotionally. Now you could come and see me that way and feel like this one is always doing this one. Okay, I'm not bringing my 50, like I bring but hey, I'm tired, but my spouse is going through something. I was going, one now. Check her sorrow now. We are come now. We are sit on my leg now.
I have to cuddle her. I said, baby, come and talk to me. Don't share, girl. Who offended you? I will kill them. Who are they?
The man of God is giving glory to the Lord.
I will break their jugular. Who are they? Who wants to take my joy?
By the time we had that conversation, like I was able to, come out of it, feel better. But if it was in that 50-50 zone, like you didn't match my energy, so aura for aura, exactly. You want to give me an attitude that be okay, me too. We will not be where we are emotionally, together now. but we were able to work through it. And some other days, it's him that needs me to, pull my weight some more. So it's just that sensitivity, and when the background is love, I mean the Christ kind of love that does not seek out evil, that does not seek out fault. The First Corinthians 13 types that believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things, that believes the best of the other person. At every point, I'm not thinking that, oh, he's just intentionally trying to withhold joy from me. I'm thinking that, oh, if he's not joyful, there's another thing going on, and I have a role to play, sort of like help him out. His joy is not dependent on me, but I can try to make an effort, to get him out. So the 50-50 is not even just money. I just want to bring that context. It's different things, it's emotions, it's caring for children, it's all the responsibilities, that come with marriage, and of course, even the financial part as well.
And the seasons that come in marriage. So yes, because when you're not a parent, there's a certain level you can do things. When you now start having children, you have to rebalance. You have to call a family board meeting and say, even your sleep time will be. I was listening to your session at Tribex, and Kote was saying that in the past 1 or 2 weeks,
we are positioning
she's not been able to sleep well. I say, welcome. We're all in this.
We're all in this.
Let's get up for yourself.
Let's get up for selfie, positioning gang. Just when the sleep is starting, you just realize, oh, it's about we will,
But I'm saying you wear wig, you look happy.
Nobody knows that your sleep has not had a flow for weeks.
You wake up in middle of the night and say that, Mommy, where are you? Daddy, where are you?
We can relate. We can so relate. Oh, we thank God. We thank God for the seasons. Thank God.
So it's a lot to talk about, honestly. A lot to talk about, but we can't cover everything here. That's the truth. We can't cover everything here. So one of the things that we just like to encourage people that are on this call and people that are going to see this recording, later, is that learn as much as you can learn. Pay attention to the kind of people you listen to, because it's going to affect the way you enjoy your single life, enjoy your relationship, and enjoy your marriage. The kinds of people you listen to, the kinds of things you listen to, the kinds of books you read, what you read and what you don't read, because ignorance is as potent as yes, you understand? Yes. So ignorance is as potent as
the wrong
how
misinformation.
yes, it's as potent as misinformation. You understand? Only that one is faster than the other. Misinformation just derails you, like takes you off the track. You understand exactly? So
There is something that been on my mind. You could not, even though what we're discussing today is probably not in that line, but it had been seeing the trend, and I don't know what we can do about it. Is of women um finding children outside marriage. I really don't know what we can do about it. Maybe have a series, or I don't know, but it's the trend is getting out of hand. And celebrities are not even helping situations. They're not helping matters. You just see somebody that probably is in her 30s or 40s. You just baby bump, and everybody's yes. I'm sincerely happy for them. Yes, I am, but it's not healthy. That's just what I know. It's not healthy. It's not healthy.
and they are showing wrong precedence to other people.
And so, some people once they get little audience, little followership, little something like this, I really don't understand them per se like that, but they hold keys to some people's lives, and what they're portraying
Influencing their lives.
is really saddening for me. I don't know. So after the whole, these top celebrities, child, whatever thing, I saw one upcoming upcoming chef. She's still even in school. She's just about writing her final exams. So, but maybe she just wrote her final exams maybe today or yesterday. She has been doing fine, and all of a sudden, we are seeing stomach. And I don't know. Maybe people are just too scared to say,
To address that situation.
yes.
Mm. Mm.
I'm just congratulations. Oh, this. Yes, I'm happy for you. It's a gift from God. But how are you getting the gifts? Like, how are you getting? Are
Mm.
you using God to collect the gifts? I don't like. I This is just my own personal maybe pain or whatever thing it is. I'm just probably throwing it out. I don't know what can be done about
Mm.
it. It's a lot. And be, before we open and close eyes, people
It
they
might
don't even
increase. Oh.
mind. Yes, they don't
Might.
even
Mm.
mind
In
that.
fact, it's
Let me
increasing.
just have child. Let me just
Yeah.
have who cares? I mean, if you're not working, at least you can have this. You can. It's a lot that is going on, and I'm probably scared for my generation. I be the upcoming
Upcoming.
generation or
Mm.
something.
Mm. Mm.
But I know that they're actually very busy. Actually, actually very. In fact, when you sent that your video you made before we started this live, I was telling my husband that I've missed those videos that we used to do. That we need to get back to doing some of these videos. So when you were really happy about coming live, I could totally relate. I could totally
Yeah.
relate. But I don't know how God is going to really help also. But
It's
we
definitely a
we
subject because I think the thing about anything that starts to go viral initially
Yeah.
is all vibes, but by
Yeah.
the time
Yeah.
we start to see the scalable effect, it's already too late to trace our steps back, you know. And the unfortunate thing about all of these things that all you get to see is what the person shows. The behind the
Yeah.
scenes, the ripple
Things.
effects, like someone can actually just make it show you what they need you to see. It's
Yeah.
just almost like the trend around body enhancement as well. A lot of the narrative that you see is just the before and after, the in-betweens, the pain, the side effects,
everything.